Alright, hey everybody, we are actually in the eye wall of a slightly stronger Ada. It is unbelievable. Whipping here.
This old job is always causing stress.
I'm touching the truck here.
All I ever do is work. I don't get no rest.
Man,
I know first night is on the way.
crazy. Let me see if I can get outside.
Down in trouble water.
You just wouldn't believe how much rocking the truck is doing. Oh shit.
Oh, man, drunk donkey IPA. Let that magic mango chase my blues away.
We're in the eye of Ada here in Key Largo.
Among my friends.
Tremendous
Mike's where the page goes live.
coming in. Currently. I'm semi-protected here by my truck, so no worries, but semi-protected. I don't want to get the camera wet, and the trees beside me are completely sideways. I'm not sure what the gusts are, but definitely this is the tropical storm. I think we're seeing a little higher gusts. I got the back turn right now, and trying to keep the camera from getting wet. We're in Key Largo. We're in the eye of Ada.
Yeehaw! What's up, everybody? That's our Thursday song. I have to remember. Every Thursday, we got to play this song because it mentions Thursday. That was when we had our first beer, remember? Troubled Waters here in Safety Harbor. And it debuted on my birthday, October. I'll never forget. That was a fun little party. Yeehaw! Oh my god. Yeah, I do love country. Anyway, let me turn off the countdown. Alright, how's everybody doing? Everybody's hot, hot, hot. Hunter was the chosen one today. I think he was kind of excited about it. He was just sitting here on my lap, patiently waiting to wake him. The dogs are extra quiet today. So what is up? This is our fun little daily brew. We talk every day. Brought to you by our great friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits right here in Florida. It's getting close to the weekend. I just posted the hottest place to be in the United States right now is the Keys, Key West. Heat index is over 100 already before 9 o'clock, so it might be worth popping open a cool one down there if you're in the Keys, because it's already 100 degrees plus. All right, well, the chocolates are quiet. We're going to get into all that. Weather's always changing. Good morning, Miss Shelley. Shelley over there on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast, Tampa Bay side. I will say hi to some YouTubers first. We're on YouTube, we are on Twitter, and we are on Facebook. I downloaded Threads, so we have a page on Threads. It's hard to keep up. I still like TikTok. What's up, Kristen? Heat advisory for Southwest Florida. Yep, we'll show you that. The heat advisories are slowly disappearing. Like I posted this morning, it's hot. It's not orange hot. And orange means you're in a heat advisory. What's up, Brian Morris? Hunter? Yeah, this is little Hunter. He's doing really good. We actually got him reduced down to every other day now with one of his steroids. His skin is looking great. Yeah, this little guy is 3 years old. Do you know that you all named him? Mike's Weather Page fans named this guy, Hunter. We actually had a poll. People submitted questions. We knew that we were getting them, and we came up with Hunter because he climbed a lot and because of the hurricane hunters. So you were named by Mike's Weather Page. One day he's going to meet Gizmo. Right, Reed? Reed's a buddy of mine now. We've actually met. Gail, you're in the forgotten part of Florida. Where's that? Up north? Collier County is heat advisory. That's up Kelly. Yep. Yazzie in South Tampa. Oh, Amber. Stenotic nerd. What the heck is that? I'm not into the that world. Nothing with his nose. Gator Hill Farms. Hey, that's cool, man. We love that area up there at Lakeland. Brian from Sunrise, Florida. Stephen from St. Augustine. Jonathan up there, my Carolina buddy. What's up, Miss Bob? Mr. Bob. Bob. Oh, Panhandle, Central Time. Why did they make Florida 2 time zones? I never figured that one out. That's right, Mr. Chris. He's 21. Dog years. Oh, I love it. All right, go say hi to everybody. Say bye-bye. Go hang out with your brother now. Say, okay. 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 Everybody's like, how do you have the calmest dogs on the planet? Because I think it's because I work here from 6 in the morning to about, 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon, and they have no choice but to just sit there and relax, right? Holy moly, what is that? Let's leave it up there right now. Cue the Jimi Hendrix music. Kitron, what's up? Happy Thursday. So my friends from TBBC posted that they already had a picture of somebody drinking at 8 in the morning. I'm like, nope, I don't care. I've never, ever, 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 ever started that early in my life. I'm a coffee guy until about noon. Yeah, Brian, thank you, buddy. The dogs are doing great. He got over his little skin issue, hopefully. Oh, okay. So no, it was more of a skin thing. Kim, thank you. He is a cool little doggy. All right, so this is a map here. We're going to show you what's going on. This is our wind map, lower levels, and basically high pressure right there, smack dab over the Gulf of Mexico, fueling our Gulf blob, which I hyped up yesterday. Got another little high over here too. So high pressures are ruling things. A little bit of juice will be coming around the Bahama side, but pretty much this is the big one right here we're going to talk about as far as weather incoming to Texas. We had some storms up in the Carolinas today. Anybody live in Outer Banks, Carolinas? It looked like you all got some storms this morning when you woke up. Good morning, Jamie Peck. Katie Haley, what's up? But yeah, we had some storms this morning. All right, so let's look at the satellite imagery right now. So this is the Gulf blob we were talking about yesterday. Kind of got pushed up here and looking at some future radar. It's going to get stormy today across the Texas coastline. So that's pretty much the big story right now for our coastal friends. Nothing's tropical with it. Here's your official tropical update, by the way. This is your 8 a.m. NHC Outlook. Remember, these come out at 8 a.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. So 8282828282. Unless you live in Central Time Zone, it's 171717. God, I hate Central Time Zone. When I was in Panama, it was so hard to figure out. Angelique from Ormond Beach. What's up? I got a good buddy over there. Mike Bean. I think he lives in New Smyrna. I can't remember what the heck. Tom got 0.59 inches of rain last night. Yep. Anybody ever do this? I did this one yesterday, Wednesday. You hear the garbage truck coming, and you think to yourself, crap, I didn't take the garbage out last night. So you scatter and put on some clothes, and I didn't have contacts, and I couldn't find my glasses, so I went out there and put the garbage can out with no contacts, and that is a chore because my contact prescription's 850, 800, 850. I have an 800, 850. I rotate them because it's the only way I can see up close and far away. I did it myself, so I got an 800, 850. It's Mike's version of bifocals. Maybe that's how bifocals work. I don't know, but trying to grab the garbage can with no glasses and walking around barefoot, stepping on mulch. But I got the garbage can out. Victory. I know one of y'all have done that. Did I put the garbage can out? So anyway, NHC official forecast does not expect any areas to be formation for the next 7 days. I agree. There is a wave middle next week we've been talking about. I shared it this morning. It does look like we're going to have a juicy little wave next week coming to the islands. We'll see how that pans out. A lot of dust out there. Very common this time of year. A lot of African dust. But we do have a lot of people watching in the Caribbean, so we'll get into all that here in a little bit. As far as severe weather goes today, this is it. Middle part of the country. Pretty quiet across the south and east. Normal pop-ups, can't stop them. They rise. They rain themselves out. Like yesterday, especially when you have that high pressure in place. Saw it yesterday down in Florida. You get popcorn pop-up storms, but they don't last long because you have high pressure, sinking air, hot, dry, upper atmosphere. So they don't last long. So you don't get these long-lived thunderstorms sometimes we see. So still going to get pop-up little storms anywhere. Summer, man. It's summer. Summer. You're going to get it. Summer. Big storms out west. Here's today. That's today. Here's Friday. Deja vu. Looks like a dove. Here's Saturday. Same thing. So there you go. Today, Friday, Saturday. Groundhog's Day. Patty, that's always a good thing. Good morning, Miss Beth. What's up, Jeffrey Venner? Oh, you got your Tempest. Cool, man. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I've bought a million weather stations. Shelly, I still got to get you one. Darn it. Me and Shelly bought matching ambient stations years ago. Now I got to get you. Christmas is only how many days away? I know you count. Would you be surprised if you got one for Christmas? Please act surprised. That's cool. I do love mine, Jeffrey. The technology is amazing. It adapts to your location. I'm sure you read up on all this stuff. The Tempest weather station. It actually adapts to where you live and gives you customized weather. It actually gives you forecast. It doesn't give you like the Tampa Bay forecast. It gives you your location forecast. It takes time for it to figure this all out, but basically this is what it does. It knows your location. It knows all the forecasts around you. It knows all the weather stations around you. So it populates all this data, and it knows, like, let's say Tampa was expected to get 2 inches of rain, but you got 3. Tampa was supposed to get 1 inch, and you got 2. It basically starts to pick up, you get more rain than everybody else, or you get less rain, or you're cooler than everybody else. So it actually has customized weather outlooks for you and you alone. So that in itself is pretty cool. So, man, Hunter, what are you doing? Making all kinds of weird noises. But anyway, you get 10% off. I got a link right here just by clicking the link. So a lot of our fans have done it. So we're watching the Gulf Blob. Tropics are quiet. We do have some rain up there in the Outer Banks here in Eastern Carolina. That was left over from yesterday, just kind of drifting over there. So it is raining there. Nothing's expected to be too bad. Heat advisories, I did talk about that. Let's talk about this real quick. I do like going on my Google radar map because you can really zoom in. I like doing this one. You know what I did? Our cars got internet. Everybody's cars got internet now, pretty much, right? This link here, I bookmarked in the car, and you can have live rate. Listen, if you got a car that has internet in it, which most of them do now, a browser, you might have to use your phone internet, but if you have a way to get an internet browser, copy that link location, and this could be you driving down the highway. You'll be like the coolest weather geek in the planet, driving with live radar, and if it's touchscreen, you can zoom in just like this as you're driving along. You're like, hey, I'm going down southbound 75. Hey, snowman, we got a thunderstorm ahead. Oh, well, okay, we'll go take 80 down to the Bell, and then we'll cut south to Immokalee. We'll miss it. I love it. But as far as this radar goes, this is live radar. So you are getting some rain down in Fort Myers. Our buddy Eric down there. Look at that. Right at the big turn there in Naples. Not much. Here's that big old juicy. Look at this right here. Holy cow. Wasn't kidding you, right? Yesterday we were talking about the big Texas blob. Here it comes. Boom up, boom up. Texas blob on the way. Not organized, but definitely juicing things up along the coast. And with daytime heating, it's going to get stronger. So I'm going to show you some future radar here in a second. But let's look at this heat advisories. This is why I like this map here, because you can really get close like that. That's cool looking. So there's your heat advisories. South of Florida, up to Tampa Bay, Hillsborough, Pinellas. So there you go. Slowly disappearing. Heat indexes are, hot all the way down to Keys. I love this map. You can also change the color. Check this out. You can go down here and make it roads like that. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that pretty cool? I love it. My new favorite link. I got to stop using it, but I love it to death. I wish Elon would fix this Twitter list thing too, man. This is really depressing me. I've never been more depressed about weather. He disabled these Twitter lists from being embedded. Now you can still click on it and see my list, but that's no fun. But at least for now, I mean, the list is there, but you used to be able to embed all your favorite weather people. But this is on everybody's site, even if you embedded your own tweets. So that's, if it's not a glitch in the website, it's changes. Hopefully it comes back. If not, I gotta find a new way to list things. All right, so here's my new favorite link right here. This is it. Current heat index leaders. I love it. Click on this, and this is so cool. 103.8 degrees at Key West right now. This is your current heat indexes, and it updates every hour. So look at this. Starting overnight last night around midnight, Key West was in the lead at 100 degrees heat index. It never got below 97 heat index last night for Key West. Now look like, I mean, you can see like you got Arizona, you got Texas, obviously. Mississippi, Gulfport yesterday, 101.5. These are leaders every hour. So what this site does, it reads all the weather data stations around the country, and obviously it doesn't get. They're only official weather, stations. So yeah, there's places that are reading hotter probably, but this is National Weather Service locations that they're reading. But we'll see. But that's every hour. So any minute now we'll get a new 13Z update, and we'll see if Key West is still in the lead. Because I love my NASCAR. So this is like a race. Let's see who's in the lead. Today, I might do it every day. Who's taking the lead at 9 a.m.? Who's leading the heat index at 9 a.m. for the day? Right now it's Key West. Long range tropics matched. Nothing. The link's on there. I just circled it. Chris S. Yep. I'm on Threads. Beverly, that's not an app so much. I gotta wait for Threads to get on the PC side though before I can post, because I'm not gonna cross post. Too many dang platforms, man. It's so much. Why don't we just go back to AOL days, man, and start fresh when AOL was the only thing in town? Mike, what's up, Mike? Soul the Blob is just a few south of me. Now, where are you at, Mike? You tell him. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Ben, was that the dude that won this week? Did you see Joey Logano trying to say his name? No tropics, Megan, going on. Katie, I'm having some good old cheap Walmart. Anyway, long range tropics map, nothing. Let's zoom in on some long range radar. What's going on? Hey, I want to point this out too. We sold a few shirts the other day. People still forget. So I have a link here, our gear, right? So Bobby Blobby, my friend over there from Hurricane Harbor, there's a shop MW. But look at this. Here we got like all these shirts. But did you know that we have? They actually make drinkware. So tell me this isn't the cool. Oh, I gotta fix that one, by the way. This coolest pint glass ever right here. Where is it? This one right here. This would be the ultimate Dad's Day gift if you had to buy a dad's gifts. But anyway, we do have simple shirts for kids too. Hurricane Watchdogs. So you don't have to always wear the drinking stuff. See, look at that. Does that not look like Louie and Hunter? Is that not the most amazing artwork from my buddy Dusty? Hunter and Louie. That is them. Hurricane Watchdogs. This is the one I shared yesterday. People still haven't seen it. This is the shirt that I wore during Ian and Nicole. So the funny story about this shirt is that I now have the camo pants and shirt folded up. I think I said this before, but it's on the dresser, ready to go. My truck, I spent a couple hours yesterday getting everything set up in it. I got my laptop. I got some wire ties, wire wraps that came out really good. Ordered a new suction mount because mine was getting a little hot and it jiggled a little bit. That just got here last night. So I got all my cameras. Oh, it's just so awesome. I just need a storm now. But I even got my outside speaker with a magnet that I made on it. I'm going to plop right there behind the back window so you don't get any wind noise. It's a directional waterproof speaker, so we're going to get real sound effects outside the truck. But I'm not going to wear the white shirt. If I did, that's what I would look like. All right, let's look at some long-range radar and see where this blobby mess is going. Tropics are quiet. If you're just tuning in, there is a wave approaching the islands middle next week. We talked about that. There's a lot of dust. Things we talked about yesterday have not changed. We're going to show you, though. Here are these juicy areas coming in. All right, so this is kind of currently now, but you can just see a flow of, got that high pressure in the Gulf, spinning Gulf moisture up, and we'll have some storms today. This is throughout the day. You can see it. This is through noontime, spreading up to Houston. You know, Louisiana probably still in the mix. But there you go. That's our Texas blob today. And then by tomorrow, there's some overnight. There could be still some lingering tomorrow. Here's Friday morning tomorrow. Corpus Christi down the tip of Texas down there. Tomorrow morning, Friday. Got a little something cooking there in Oklahoma we're going to have to check out. But, so there you go. Blobs with no spinach. Today and tomorrow. So if you live along the coastal areas of Texas, east side of Texas, down in Louisiana, keep your eyes on the Gulf. That'll be incoming throughout the day today. Tropics. Oh, here you go. Few ensembles still showing possibility of something next week. Very weak signature. Nothing really long range. We do have a lot of people watching down in the Caribbean, though. This is what it's going to look like next week. Let's take a look at our friends in the Caribbean. Because there is an incoming wave that appears to bring some extra juice. Why am I not clicking the right one? Tropical Atlantic. Southwest Atlantic. Tropical Atlantic. Okay, simulated. Let's do the simulated water vapor loop. Oh, let's do precipitable water bubble first. So let's go to middle next week. Here's his next wave. Here it is right here. Boom, this little guy right here. This is next Monday. And you can see it blending in with maybe another wave. So middle week, still on pace, right here somewhere in the middle part of the Atlantic. Approaching the islands maybe Thursday. There were some models that were picking up on development with this, but it's not looking very likely. Still, why am I still showing water map here? Too many colors for me. Okay, let's go to simulated water river. All right. So here's that juicy mess. This is next Wednesday. So if we got anybody down the islands, Lesser Antilles, Caribbean, there's going to be another wave next week coming in your way. Could be juicy. This is next Friday morning. Hard to tell which one will end up dominating, but the point of the matter is there is a wave coming next week. So, not to say it'll develop or anything, but this is how things start to get going. We'll keep an eye on it, next week. It's fixing to emerge. Actually, today's Friday. We might be able to see it today, Thursday. This is it emerging tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning, that'll be what we talk about tomorrow. There should be a wave coming in off Africa tomorrow morning. I might be able to see it on Weather Nerds right now. Let's see. Let's zoom out to the whole world. And it could be this little guy right here. Technically, it's this blob right here. Yeah, I'll call it that blob, So that's fixing to come across. So if you got a lot of anybody, you never know. We might need to watch it. Who the heck knows? Sometimes these things have spinach already as they exit. So we're looking at even with the Cape Verde Islands. Well, you could say there's a little bit of rotation. Nah, there's a lot of wind shear out there. But these are the winds that blow it across the Atlantic. Strong winds. All right, and the dust map. Let's take a look at the dust map. Kind of fascinating. So the dust map, normal this time of year. The African dust gets lifted up by these storms, and then it rides along like a barrier as those winds I just showed. It actually rides above a layer of moisture and eventually gets ingested or falls. But this is the dust plumes. So we got a big one right now, currently, over a big part of the Caribbean right now. This is current. So anybody in Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, chime in. Is it dusty? Getting in the Bahamas. This is currently right now going through today. Here's your next big plume. I don't know if they call them plumes or not. So by tonight and tomorrow, if you live in South Florida, you probably are going to see some hazy skies. This is all the way that complement to Africa. Now here's our next plume outbreak coming. Here it comes. It'll be reaching the Caribbean just a couple days, the weekend. We're going to be watching this wave coming off of Africa, and you can see it's going to be sandwiched. That it could be right here. I mean, if that's the case, that's why we have no development. It's just going to be a lot of dust next week. This is the 12th of next week. So 5 days from now, 6 days from now, there'll be another big old outbreak of Caribbean Bahama dust next week. And then here's another one coming. And this one might even make the Gulf of Mexico on the 15th next week. This is heavy, heavy dust. So dust is in the air. Look at that big old plume. This is next 15th. So, it's one of the many factors that determine tropical development, but it's often why we don't get a lot of development in the month of July because of this. Here's your typical tracks in July right here. And you can see that, I mean, look at, like, almost nothing in July. So, those, you know, we had a couple storms in June that were pretty anomalous. Is that what they call? Definitely not normal. I'll have to show you 2004. I posted that yesterday. Miami's hot, humid, sticky. So El Garage over on YouTube, guess what? You got African dust rolling in. It's clouding up here. You know what? We might have some rain rolling in. Let's talk about this here in a second. Let me check out the old radar. Why is it cloudy outside? Do we have rain coming? I bet you we have one of those popping. Anything yet? Oh, nope. But they are around. There's a few poppings. I bet you we got one getting ready to pop here. I love this map. This is the Getaway. We go to the Getaway a lot. There's the Getaway Tiki Bar. Coolest little place. Now they have a new one over here. This is Hula Bay. You can get that by boat. Now they got one over here called the Salt Shack. Salt Shack somewhere around here. And then Whiskey Joe's up here. You can just beach your boat right here. That's it right there. And then you can go to Bahama Breeze. Bahama Breeze got a dock. We even go down to the St. Pete Pier sometimes. They have a couple good restaurants. One called the Tiki Tavern, I think, or Tiki something. I don't know what it's called. Tiki Tavern in Safety Harbor. And I think we got a Dock Fords or something right here. So you basically can hit a few spots. Have some sushi. There used to be a sandbar. Oh, there it is right here. You can kind of see it right there. That used to pop up. I don't know if you even know if it's there anymore. You used to be able to park your boat right there in that sandbar. One time I came up to it and threw the anchor out. Didn't have the rope on the anchor. True story. And Julie's like, "What?" I'm like, "I just started learning how to boat. I didn't know it wasn't tied." Bunch of oyster beds right here. So don't ever leave Safety Harbor and go this way because you're gonna bottom out. A bunch of oyster shells right there. You got to go around all that. If you weren't a local, you wouldn't know that. What's fascinating too to me is Three Rooker Island. This is Anclote Key. That's not right. That's not Anclote Key. Anclote's up here. Oh, they call them both. Well, anyway, this used to be Three Rooker Island right here. This is the most fascinating thing ever. So Three Rooker Island used to be one big island right here. And there used to be one little channel right here that if you get high tide, the water would start crossing between both sides of the island. So over the years, like, it's gone. Now it's two islands. This used to be connected. Now it's this little island, which is Three Rooker. They don't even call it Three Rooker anymore. What's up with that? Rook Cut. Well, maybe that's what cut it open. And there's the other one. So one year we went out there after not being out there. I'm like, what happened? We got two islands now. Well, this is where Emily goes. Emily goes to Honeymoon Island all the time. She loves it. Beautiful island. Anyway, all right. I want to show you some long-range tropic stuff here in a second. Don't go away. Judy, burn bans. I would think so. We're not in any drought or anything. I couldn't imagine why we would be in a burn ban. I would guess. Oh, we're back to some increased drought again. That's new. Is today Thursday? Yep, this one just came out. I couldn't see why we would be over there because there's no drought on that coast. But this is new. We're back down to moderate drought here across west central Florida again. That makes sense, right? We have no rainy season no more. So we were in all yellow. Now we're back to brown again. D1 moderate drought. This one just came out. So we're deja vu. We're back again. St. Croix. What's up, Karen? You got some rain coming. Melinda, Mobile, you got some popcorn storms today. Yeah, we just talked about you, buddy. We got a lot of dust on the way. You got a wave coming next week. Might bring some juice. All right, so let's talk about long range stuff. I posted an interesting article earlier in the Brew Crew side. Oh, did I not leave it up here? Maybe I don't even know where it's at. All right, well, oh, here it is. So this is an article. I retweeted it if you're on Twitter. Talks about the Atlantic Nino and Cape Verde style storms. We really haven't seen a lot of Cape Verde style storms, but there's a couple of tidbits in here that I thought was really interesting. Tropical cyclones that develop here on basically the eastern part of the Atlantic make up for more than half the named systems that form in about 80 to 85% of major hurricanes that strike the United States and Caribbean islands. So I thought that was an interesting fact. 80 to 85% of hurricanes that hit the Caribbean or the U.S., continental U.S., begin out here. We really haven't seen that in a long time, it seems like. But talks about La Nina, how storms typically maybe form more close to home, meaning not Atlantic. Then it talks about being an Atlantic Nino, which I'm confused if they're meaning El Nino or not, or neutral. But they're talking about the warm surface temperatures, which we're seeing down here, enhanced convection and rains in Africa, and how they come across. So I don't know. I need to read more about it. I don't know exactly what state we're in right now. Atlantic Nino versus El Nino. But anyway, it was a study that just came out. I don't know. I don't know any of this stuff. It only takes one. I don't know. These predictions are like playing cornhole. All right, some good data here on tropical tidbits, so I'm going to show you all. We do have an Invest out in the Pacific, by the way. Invest 93E. It's harmlessly going to stay in the Pacific. But let's look at some long-range predictions here about precip. Precip predictions on tropicaltidbits.com. Oh, you got your bucket head. Cool, Susan. I wish they were cheaper, but you know, embroidery now, everything costs so dang much. Heat index race, Christopher. I know. Where are we at now? We should have a new update. Let's see. We should have a 13Z hour. Tampa! We took the lead, Tampa. We are in the lead right now. Key West. Oh, Key West has probably got a rain shower or something. So Tampa is leading the heat index for the whole country right now. We are winners. It's 101. That's crazy. It's hot. I don't know how my air conditioner is keeping up. I keep it at 73 degrees, man, and that thing must be like 101. Tampa's leading. I bet you the Keys are getting some rain right now because it wouldn't have dropped off that quick. So let's zoom in on the old Keys right now and see if they got a cloud over top. Oh yeah, see there's some rain down there. Not a lot, but definitely clouds have helped. Guaranteed. There's probably clouds down there, so here's your satellite. Oh, there you go. You got a cloud. You got a cloud over Key West. I think they got a feel like tip. It's kind of more of a generic. But that's funny. All right. All right, so long-range tropics here. Let's check this out. All right. So, the reason... So, we got warm waters. We talk about that all the time. Warmer than normal water anomalies in the Atlantic right now. We'll see how long that lasts. But your long range monthly forecast. So here's August. And there's two models, the CFS and this canned SIPS one. And they're both monthly predictors of precipitation. So for the month of August, the CFS is predicting green meaning above average rainfall, yellow is below average rainfall. So basically you're looking at the islands here. This is your 10-degree mark usually. But this is the region obviously you watch. So CFS long range model predicting increased moisture across your main developed region. And notice typical fashion here, drying things out in the Caribbean, maybe due to the effects of wind shear, possibly because of El Nino. But that's been the talking point for us for a long time. All right, so then there's August for CFS. So let's look at canned SIPs, and the same thing. So, I don't like long range models, but this kind of goes on the line of, things quiet in the Caribbean here, but increased moisture here. Doesn't mean anything other than they're predicting moisture rolling in off Africa in August. But we'll see if that holds true. That's the month of August. Let's take a look at September. September, kind of the same. September, we're starting to see a little more Gulf action. Long range, this is a SIPS. Let's look at monthly for August. We did August, here's September. And September on the CFS showing the same thing. So, if you remember the start of the season, we compared a lot of years with El Nino, and it seemed like Western Atlantic systems are more prominent during El Nino. We're going to see. That was my early season question mark. But there's your September rains. September rains. Let's look at October. Now, October you worry about more close to home. There you go. There's your SIPS model showing increased moisture in the Caribbean. And CFS more close to home kind of too. So what does this mean? Just long range modeling, predicting the moisture will be there for tropical development if we were to get any. Water temperatures are always a big question. Here's your water temperature predictors. Let's go back to August. This is your water temperature anomaly predictor for the month of August. Obviously, white is normal. Anything above that, and orange is above normal. So there's your September, August, September, October. 1 to 2 degrees. Anything above normal is above normal. There's your scientific statement for the day. Anything above normal is above normal. All right, and your SIPS model, that's October. Let's go back to August. Above normal. Above normal, above normal. So, that doesn't mean anything other than the fact that, just whatever. Only takes one. We got a cruise coming up, Katie. You know that. Jennifer, thanks for the 100 stars. Thank you, Melinda. I like popcorn. I like popcorn too. I don't like how it gets in your teeth. Judy, good morning. Gail, we beat out, Tampa's in the lead. Tom, you got the hat too, Tom? You know what's cool, Tom? Did you notice if you unvelcro the back of the hat, there's a heat shield for your neck. It's already in there. Pretty neat. Yeah, we won stage 1. All right. All right, so there's some long range stuff. It's interesting to me to talk about that kind of stuff. I mean, it's only July. Let me show you another stat. Let's see if I can pull it up on Twitter. I shared it last night. There's that link, by the way, if you want to read about it. NOAA research. All right, this is what I posted last night. Let me open this in a new tab, make it bigger. See if I can make it bigger. All right, so I always bring up 2004. Why do I bring up 2004 all the time? Well, one, my love of weather began in 2004 because we were living in Holiday, Florida. We had Hurricane Charlie approaching, and I didn't know what to expect. I can say cautiously that I was excited because I didn't know what hurricanes were. I think there's a little bit of that in everybody. Like, until you feel it and live it, you don't really know. You just think, oh, a hurricane party, right? So we had Charlie come in, and excitement, heart rate was a little more, maybe not excitement meaning just your anxiety a little bit, I don't know, but couldn't find any data on the internet. That's when I made the website. In fact, when USF was here the other day, let me show you this. I had to make sure I had pants on. I did. Oh shit! Excuse me for the foul language. So this is cool. This was 2004. I've never showed this off. So that's my name, Mike Boylan. But it was one of the classes I took. See the year? 04? 04. See that? 04. I took another one, which I think is way up top there. It's another HTML class. This was Flash. But remember Flash? Everybody was learning Flash back then. But it just shows that I was, 04 was my love of websites. So we had these storms coming, and I, built the website. But we had Charlie come in, and I couldn't find information. So the only reason I used 2004 a lot is Florida was infamous for 4 hurricanes that year. And, learning spaghetti models and everything else. So 2004 was an El Nino year. Wasn't a strong El Nino year, but it was El Nino year. 4 storms for Florida. Gene and Francis both formed off of the Western Atlantic and came in almost the exact same spot. But what's interesting about 2004, we didn't have anything. The first storm of the year was Alex. And it pretty much was the beginning of August. Might have been the end of July. I don't know. There's a little bit of color. I didn't even Google it. But bottom line is this. We had nothing in 2004 until August. So we're only like right here. But that was an amazing. I didn't realize that. So I read this on another thread yesterday. I was really surprised that we had everything start so late. Of course, we had Charlie, Francis, Gene, and Ivan. Ivan wasn't a very long storm. Francis and Gene were a long storm. That was long tracking storms to watch. They lasted forever, almost a month. So there you go, a little tidbit about 2004. Yeah. I'm gonna look at this real quick. So this has got updated, by the way. This is a live preliminary what's going on so far this season. If we'll click on that. So we've had 4 systems. A lot of people are like, 4? Well, we had a system in January. January 16th. Remember that one? I have a video of it, but they went back and classified it. And Nova Scotia, on the 17th of January, actually got our first tropical system of the year. Then we had Bertha. We had Bertha. We didn't have Bertha this year. We had Arlene. Where the hell did I get at Bertha? Arlene, June 1st to the 3rd, first day of hurricane season. Went straight south. Didn't live long. Then we had Brett and Cindy almost in the exact same spot in the Atlantic. They were tropical storms. Brett almost became a hurricane. I think he got up to 70 mile an hour. Near the Barbados. Went right over Barbados. And it dissipated due to wind shear. So did Cindy. But there's your season in a nutshell. 2004, I wanted to pull this up because I like to look at it again. Man, look at this. So here was Francis. Francis started way out here, 35 degree, 10 degrees. 10 degrees is usually the mark, between 10 and 15 degrees. Usually when they get this far south, like number 9, that was Ivan. Ivan dipped below the 10 degree mark. Sometimes they don't get pulled up. Usually they don't get pulled up. Usually they just keep on, they don't feel the effects of the upper level winds that low. But anyway, Ivan did. Ivan went down to about 8 or 9 degrees and came up through Jamaica and ultimately the Florida Panhandle. That was a long storm too. But that was a busy year. This is the year of the loop-de-doop. Number Gene went over Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, went north, turned around. Says, "Oh, wait a minute. This looks like one of them interchanges. Look, this is like getting on the interstate." It's like you're like, okay, I want to go this way, but to get on the interstate, I got to go under the bridge and around it. That's so Florida right there. Takes 3 rights to make a left. We actually had a lot of action from Gene and Francis overhead of us. There's a cool site. I can't remember. Is it Storm History? Nope, that's not it. That's a great site though. That's not it. I just used it the other day. Where the hell is it? I got to re-find it now. Past tracks and history. Here we go. That's not it. That's Tropical Tidbits. Past tracks. That's it. All right. So, let's see here. Did that come in? Let's see here. Oh, why did I move that? I didn't mean to move it. All right, so you type in. I type it in my zip. Let's do all categories, all years. Let's see, years, all years. Why is this not working? All right, so let's zoom in. And I mean, it's not here. Let's do this right here. Let's point right there. There we go. Oh God, there's some stuff. All right. So this is, first off, let's change the base map to satellite. Oh my God. Okay. So this is every storm that ever came close to me in the last all years. So let's change it to the last 50 years. So we're gonna do 73, basically when I was born. 73. This is a fun map to 2022. I'm supposed to type it. So you gotta type it. 1973 to 2022. I think that's how you work. So there you go. Okay. There we go. All right. So here's all the storms that passed close to me. And whoa, I just clicked on a certain storm. It's so awesome though. I clicked on Barry. I didn't mean to do that. We could change the category, take out all the tropical storms. Here's all the hurricanes. So in the last 50 years, we've had Irma come close, Gene come close, Francis come close, Aaron in 95, Gordon in 2000, and Elsa in 2021. But none of them made a direct landfall. The closest one to make a landfall was Ian and Charlie and Ian. They don't have Ian up here yet, I don't think. No, they haven't added it yet. But what's cool about this map, you can click on it, and, you know, I don't know, just see. You could change within 60 miles. Like, let's do 20 miles. Such a fun little map when you're bored at work. Alright, so there's 20. So in the last 50 years, we haven't had anything come close within 20 miles where we live. And that's amazing. Look at that. So this is like 3 million people live right here. And we have not had a hurricane come within 20 miles. Now let's do all years. Let's clear it out and do all years. So we had the 1921 hurricane I talk about all the time. We had one in 1852. We had one in 1859. And we had 1946. Now 1946 was a Category 2. And it came through wind speed 75 knot, H1. So it was a Category 1 as it came through the bay. This would have been interesting. One thing about it, though, I wonder with the storm surge, like because of this angle of impact, Tampa didn't really see the storm surge effects. Most storm surge was probably more on the south side, obviously, Manatee and Sarasota counties. So the bay was denied any type of storm surge, and it didn't have enough time to really get going here probably. So if there is a good side of a system in our area, it would be a storm passing off, obviously, to the south side. But that's an interesting little piece. The one that got away. Why is my thing? The one that was bad for us, 1921. This one created a ton of storm surge, 10 foot plus of storm surge, and this is because the storm went off to our north. And all these rotating winds came around into the bay like this. So there was 10 to 15 foot storm surge here in Tampa Bay, 7 to 10 foot along the Florida west coast, and that's because the storm came in on the north side. And it was technically a Cat 3 when it made landfall. And that was on October 25th, almost November. Halloween decorating. You'll be decorating your house for Halloween. And you have a H3 hurricane on your doorstep. But it's a cool site. The link is right here. Past Tracks. It's like a secret little link. Nobody even knows it's there. Past Tracks. Right there. Check it out. You can pretend you're working at work and you're actually checking out the tropics. I love that kind of stuff. But that's it. Hey, Bobby. Yep, Tampa Bay's been lucky. So, yeah, that's it. Tropics are quiet. Texas blob action today. Could be some thunderstorms today. Here's your lightning map, satellite map. So, we're going to see some bubbling storms across coastal Texas region today. Some of those are going to make it inland. Houston, that's coming your way later today. And it could have some spread in Louisiana even through tomorrow. And again, it's all being fueled by this high-pressure system in the Gulf of Mexico right here. So there you go. This is what's in a nutshell. There's a big, strong high, divergence, and that's why everything's firing up. That's all I got to say about that. Trick or treat. Oh, enjoy your day, Miss Susan. Thank you. Anything else we can talk about? Try to go 2 more minutes. 2 and 2. So we had a busy week. Kind of looking forward to slowing down a little bit. We showed all the water. Here's a long-range global map. This came out again. Hazardous heat from 7/8 to 7/12 all the way to Louisiana, Mississippi here, Texas. So above average temperatures expected 7/8 through 7/12. Heavy rain 7/10. Let's look at that. What's going on there? Upper Gulf 7/10. That's interesting. Let's see what's coming. 7:10. That would be Monday, Sunday, Monday. Oh, you know what? Yeah, all right, so there's a line. There's a line. There's a line. That's a little frontal line. In fact, let's verify it. Looking at there it is right here. A little frontal line comes down Monday, Tuesday. So yeah, you got some rain coming. Let's take a look at daily rainfall next 5 days. Then I want to look at that little, it looks like a derecho. Did I say it right? Derecho. So here's rains today. Obviously, Texas blob. Tomorrow, not much. Saturday, not much. Sunday, not much. Here's that blob coming down that's going to impact the upper Gulf Coast on Monday. So it's a frontal line. You can see the progression. See it? Boom, 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 boom. And it's going to linger a couple days. So Monday, Tuesday could be extra juicy here across the upper Gulf Coast region. That makes sense. Look at that. Tomorrow, so my favorite song in the planet is Freebird. I posted the lyrics the other night. I'm like, that's like a cryptic message. But I was thinking Freebird. I don't know. Freebird, July 4th, it was playing. I was like, hey. All right, so we got some interesting weather tomorrow. Check this out. So there are storm prediction center showing a little bit of chance for storms. But look at this tomorrow. Hold on. Where did it go? It was that little guy through Oklahoma. I guess it's not really that big of a deal. I thought it was going to be more. Could be interesting though. It'll be a little stormy tomorrow. Could be strong little line of storms tomorrow going through Oklahoma and Tulsa. Have to keep an eye out on that. Yeah, it could be strong. We can see some pretty good winds out of that tomorrow. 50, 60, 70 mile an hour winds tomorrow. For sure. Northern Oklahoma. Look at that. That's gonna be a strong little system. Tomorrow. There's a squirrel on our window. Good thing we don't have Rusty anymore. I'd be going nuts. Oh, Alexa's playing. That's funny. Oh, Shelly, I didn't even read the comments. You know, I deleted it when I woke up. I'm like, what did I post this for? I was actually singing along with the song, and I was like playing Name That Tune, but if I had to give Tampa a racer name, who would it be from NASCAR? You mean like which driver? Who represents Tampa the most? It had to be somebody chill. I mean, for me, it'd be Tony Stewart because he don't put up with no crap. Current drivers, though, maybe Truex. He's kind of laid back, kind of country, Bass Pro Shops kind of guy. So the dings were rough, Shelly. That was your July 4th fireworks celebration. Oh, anyway. All right, well, there you go. We got some good weather talk today. We got a little tropics in there, and, just wait and see. It's only July. But the weekend forecast, let's do that really quick. I know we just shared the weekly rains, but let's just do it again. Let's look at what's coming up this weekend. And I don't know, let's kind of look at, I guess, Saturday again. There's kind of your Saturday outlook, man. Everybody's pretty much dry southeast. I mean, you're going to have a random pop-up thunderstorm here and there, but nothing organized. That big blob here that you see in the middle part of the country is moving its way south. So this blob on Saturday is going to inch its way towards the upper Gulf for Monday, Tuesday. Here's your Sunday rains. And then Monday rains. So it looks pretty nice, you know. The flow, it's going to be, let's look at HRR, let's look at some high resolution radar for the flow today. We all love flow from Progressive. I think I'm on Progressive now, actually. I don't know, man. They doubled our rates. Here's, all right, so here's the rainfall today. We talked about this a lot, but there's that Texas blob. This is throughout the day today. Stormy. Incoming Gulf moisture. It's going to touch Louisiana a little bit later today, maybe in tomorrow some. Flow today in Florida is kind of stagnant again. Maybe a little west-east flow. Winds are shifting a little bit. Not much. Remember, we got this high pressure over top right here, so the winds are kind of stagnant across Florida right now. So there's really no flow pattern. The high is going to move on out. Tomorrow, we might have coastal rains in the morning. Look at this. Ooh, storm chasing. I chase thunder. I chase clouds. So tomorrow we could have some coastal rains in the morning. Winds are shifting. So here's leftover Texas blob tomorrow morning, Friday morning. Here's that big old weird line that we were seeing through Kansas and Oklahoma. That's going to be interesting. It's going to be windy Kansas. Somebody tell Toto. Toto. There's your flow tomorrow. We got some storms maybe in Carolinas again tomorrow. You know, whatever, that normal pattern, right? Nothing organized. Anytime, anywhere. They don't last long. Saw one yesterday brewing. I know Phil doesn't watch, so I can make fun of him. My buddy, my BFF. He was on radar scope, and he actually sounded halfway intelligent. I was like, wow, he's sounding like a weatherman. We were watching storms, sea breezes colliding, and we were predicting where the storms were going to, we were in Land O'Lakes, and we were predicting where the next cell is going to pop, and you could see them pop up. You get the classic couple thunder strikes, thunder boomers, and then it's done. It rains itself out, and it's gone, and then it's hot. So, iShow due 135 development late July. There's nothing showing long range, but that's definitely common sense, right? That's when we're gonna start looking that way. So, all right. Well, we did it all. We had a good little fun program. Appreciate it. All my supporters. Thanks to ABC. Of course, with my buddies up there with Furman and Tammy OSR. It was about a year ago. I was over in Iowa doing a little something with Tammy and the crew. Out in Iowa. Had the most pleasant drive ever in the cornfields of Iowa in my rental car. Beautiful country. Had a great time meeting all the folks from there. First one's on the scene doing damage assessment and pointing basically where everybody needs to go. So when there's a natural disaster, OSR is first on the ground, and they basically work with all the power companies and point them in the right direction. Like, okay, this area, this is where we need to go. This is what we're, this is where we got to start now. It is an army of professionals that hit the ground right when a storm passes to get life back together as quick as possible, at least on the power grid side. And they do a great job. So, all right. We'll see you all tomorrow. It might rain later today in Orlando. Somebody just asked. Just very random today. Today is your best friend is your radar. You got to have a good radar app, right? All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow for Friday. It's TGIF time. Cheers.